Today we come to the end of the Advent season 2024. When we began, we invited you for a journey through the scriptures to take us to the beginning of the promised offspring.
And we have learned so much about God's promise to send an offspring born of a woman who would defeat the power of sin. We have also learned, especially Shangazi Dena, that it took a really long time for God's promise to come true. And God kept his word. The promised offspring, Messiah, Jesus, was born. He is Emmanuel, which means God with us. And it exists because Jesus came to earth.
The birth of Jesus in Bethlehem was the first Christmas. It was the fulfillment of God's promise. After Jesus was born, he lived on earth for 33 years. And then he was taken back to heaven.
On the day that Jesus ascended to heaven, as the disciples were watching, two angels appeared to them, and this is what the angels said. In Acts chapter 1, verse 11, "Men of Galilee," they said, "why do you stand here looking into the sky? This same Jesus, whom you have seen taken up from you, will come back in the same way you have seen him go to heaven."
I know God has promised that Jesus will come again. This will be the second Advent. The first Advent, he came as a humble little baby. In the second Advent, he will come as a mighty King of Kings.
In the first Advent, he came to defeat the power of sin. In the second Advent, he will come to remove the presence of sin.
In the first Advent, he came as the Savior. In the second Advent, he will come back as a judge.
What will you do with Jesus? What will your answer be? Will you receive him in your heart this Christmas? Will you crown him as your king? Tell me, what will you do with Jesus? Your answer is the key. Someday your heart will be asking, what will you do with me? Someday your heart will be asking, what will you do with me?
Jesus, the promised offspring, the Messiah, Emmanuel, God with us, who came to defeat the power of sin, is remembered every year during Advent. In the first Advent, we remember his first coming here on earth. We also take time to reflect, knowing that he will come again for the second Advent. This coming March, why don't you join us as we learn how he defeated the power of sin by dying on the cross, rising from the dead, and ascending back into heaven. For now, it is my joy and privilege to wish you a Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas.
Wait. Merry Christmas!
And from me to you, Merry Christmas.